Welcome to Mondays with Dani. Technically, I will be splitting Mondays with Mallory, but from what I see, she hasn't posted any in a while, so maybe I can be a little selfish and post one almost every week. I hope everything is okay. I have the intention of watching every single Latu video that's already posted on the Latu channel, but so far, at first I was watching them all in order and was ranting to Sarah about all the funny things that I found in her videos, and then she invited me to join the project. So I went out and bought a cheap webcam at Circuit City that was going out of business, and I decided to join, and this is my first video. My name is Dani. I am from Spartanburg, South Carolina. I am currently sitting in my apartment. I really should move this over to my window and show you guys my view sometime. I've got the coolest view in town. I'm engaged to the love of my life. We've been together over 5 years, and the wedding is in less than 4 months. It's on May 16th, so I'm not really freaking out yet because most of the stuff has been planned, and a lot of people are really helping me out because I've kind of had a falling out with my mom, but everything's going swell. So got invitations in last week, and I'm having one of my bridesmaids over tomorrow to help me dress them. So everything is fantastic. I actually work upstairs. I live under my office and work in the same building, and I've been working for the same company for about 4 years, and then a couple years ago we bought this big apartment building and renovated it and decided to move our headquarters to the top floor, which is only 3 stories. This is Spartanburg. It doesn't get much higher than that. The apartments, since they renovated, are usually really expensive, but because I work for them, I got a fancy little deal on it. That's another thing I'll have to do, is give you a tour of my apartment when it's not a complete disaster, because it's really nice. So if my apartment were a person, I would probably marry it, if I didn't love Kyle so much. I am also trying to go vegetarian after some months of thinking and I think years of influence. Me and my fiance Kyle are trying to go vegetarian. Well, not trying to, we are. We're got some books out from the library and we're doing some research. Kyle is reading The Idiot's Guide to Vegetarianism, which is actually really helpful. And then I've got a couple other books that I haven't even opened, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty much all I can think of. I guess I could briefly go over my week last week. It's not that interesting. I was sick the entire week. Kyle got me sick, and I ended up missing work on Tuesday, which turned out to be a pretty fantastic day to miss work because it snowed about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, which in Spartanburg shuts the town down. I mean, I think even all the colleges were closed except maybe 1 or 2. One was on a 2-hour delay, I think, and the other one, or another one, was closed. We've got like 5 colleges in town. And also the Obama inauguration on Tuesday. Fantastic day to be sick. Had to watch it on my computer because I don't have cable, and that was a personal choice so that I wouldn't come home and plop in front of a tube. I've got crap loads of books on all my bookshelves that I need to read, and really wanted to get into that. And I've recently gotten into knitting, and I'm excited about some projects on that. Yesterday was Sunday. Me and Kyle went to his brother's new apartment in Greenville, about half an hour away, to talk about his brother's in a band. They're called the Dirty 80s. You should look them up on YouTube. His band is going to play for free at our wedding reception as our wedding gift, which is really awesome. So we've been getting them song lists of stuff to play, and they can also play their own stuff. That's pretty much it. I mean, the biggest disappointment of the past week was last night. Since me and Kyle are working on going vegetarian, I swear I haven't had anything to drink. We decided to try tofu and soy milk, and I was actually a really big fan of the soy milk, but discovered that I'm allergic to soy. Kind of sucks when you want to go vegetarian. Now, a few years ago I had discovered that I was allergic to a lot of raw fruits and vegetables, and I pretty much developed it because I didn't always have this. I think I would have known. But like apples, carrots, peaches bother me pretty badly. My throat swells up, my gums get all itchy. I mean, not to the point where I can't breathe. I just have to wait for like half an hour and it goes away. But like with carrots and apples, it's so bad that I just won't touch them when they're raw. When they're cooked, I'm fine. Absolutely fine. And I guess it's the same thing with soy, because I don't know how soy milk or tofu is prepared, but the tofu didn't bother me, but the soy milk did. And that kind of sucks because the tofu was gross and the soy milk was really good. But it didn't bother me enough to where I won't ever touch it again. So I think I could probably have a glass of soy milk a day because it doesn't really bother me that much. Now, I don't want to make this too long. It's my first video. I don't want to bore everybody on my first little introduction. But I wanted to touch on some questions. Like I said, most of the videos I've watched for Latu are all the old ones that were last year. But I'd like to touch on some of the questions that I heard with the past handful of videos that I watched to kind of prepare for this. I know Sarah asked about hobbies, and I felt kind of left out on the photography thing. My camera, I'm actually gonna go grab it right quick. It's nothing fancy, but I at least want to show you what I have. I have a Canon PowerShot A610. Nothing fancy. It's got the flippy screen, which I love for self-portraits and taking pictures of me and Kyle, because I'm a whore when it comes to pictures of me and Kyle. I love the boy to death, and kind of like to chronicle our relationship, I guess. And that's about the extent of my photography. I've actually decided to do a 365 project this year, even though I don't have a fancy camera, just because I loved watching Sarah's. When she posted on her blog, going through her entire last year, I mean not all the pictures, but basically a picture of herself every month, she could tell a story, and I want to be able to do that. Right now I look back on last year and I don't know what the hell I did in January or February, and I would like to remember that. So with all the New Year's resolutions I made this year, I want to be able to follow how well I did on them. And it's not all pictures of me, it's pictures of stuff that, I guess, you know, maybe it's something I'm obsessed with at that moment, or one of my resolutions is to learn a new recipe every week so that when I get married, I can cook dinners for Kyle. And so when I cook on Friday nights when he comes over after work, I'll take a picture of that. I think a couple weeks ago I took a picture of Dr. Mario in my Nintendo 64 because me and Kyle have become obsessed with Dr. Mario. But yeah, I love taking pictures, and I would love to have a really nice camera one day, but I gotta pay for a wedding first. So, I think Lauren also asked, I heard somebody say that she had asked if you regretted anything in 2008. And I think I'm with most of the answers that we heard already, that I don't like to regret anything. I mean, I know I make mistakes, but I don't regret any of the mistakes that I make, because each and every one, I've always said, makes me a little stronger than I was before. You learn from every mistake you make, and each one shapes you in a different way. Even if it's not always visible or obvious, every mistake that you make is beneficial. So I don't regret anything. I will wrap this up. I don't have a question, but I have something silly that somebody texted me today. Okay, my challenge is on camera, you have to say Irish wristwatch fast. You probably can't even say it once, so I'm not going to say it 5 times fast. Just try to say it once or twice. I will do it now. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. See, you can't do it. So you have to film yourself trying to say Irish wristwatch. So again, this is Dani with Mondays, Trading with Mallory. Have a fantastic week.